So hi everyone, I'm Pip and I'm an HR people person. Kate Cherry's asked me to do this video as part of her series on menopause, which she's running throughout the month of October because the 18th of October is World Menopause Day. So do make sure that you go and check out the series on her social pages. There are lots of brilliant speakers covering all kinds of topics, including nutrition and exercise, and you're bound to pick up some great advice if you go and look at those. So menopause is a huge topic in the employment law and HR communities at the moment, and it's creating lots of discussion for employers and employees, as I'm sure you can imagine. And with a recent study finding that 1 in 10 women have left their job because of menopause symptoms, you can see it could have a big impact on business. So I thought I would come at it from both angles, really, from sort of the employees and the employers side. So I've got a few top tips to kind of share with you. The first one is communicate. So as with many people issues, it all starts with a conversation. But if you're a manager or an employer and you're noticing that someone's work performance or maybe their attendance might be affected, or if you're an employee and you're in a position where you feel that your work or performance is being affected in some way, whether you're aware that's by symptoms of menopause or not, really the first step is to have a conversation to make sure that either you're offering support if you're the employer or that you're asking for support if you're the employee. So that really is the first thing. Let's just start it with a conversation. There can be a tendency to jump to seeing things as a performance issue. So, if something's changed, but actually incorporating a discussion about menopause for your female employees could be really helpful to make sure it's managed in the right way. So we don't end up going down a performance route issue, a performance issue route if it's more of a health and menopause symptoms route. And let's also remember that whilst the symptoms directly affect women, men may also be affected if they are supporting or living with women who are also going through menopause symptoms. So there's absolutely nothing to stop you having those conversations with your male employees as well. The second tip from me is educate, and this probably is the most important one because awareness raising has a massive impact on your organisational culture and how your people feel about working for you. So menopause affects women in many different ways across both mental and physical symptoms. So educating all of your people on what it might look like is a really useful way to be supportive and responsible as an employer. It can actually create a really great organisational culture and could potentially help to retain employees, prevent unnecessary resignations. So by helping everyone to understand how menopause could affect people, it's a great way to avoid people leaving and obviously those unnecessary people issues that might be seen as performance that we mentioned earlier. My personal view is that we need to kind of remove this stigma of it being women's problems and something embarrassing and really just be able to have a conversation about it. And if you're a woman, the education sessions might also help in diagnosing menopause or perimenopause if you know more about it. You might not have thought that that's what's causing your symptoms. The third tip from me is really thinking more broadly about well-being. So hopefully a lot of you might be doing employee wellbeing programs within your business, which might incorporate all sorts of things around, financial wellbeing, mental wellbeing, fitness sessions. I know I've talked about those a lot. But what you could do is you could do something regular around menopause under that employee wellbeing program. And that's where you can incorporate things like the education sessions that I've mentioned. You could potentially have health checks for your employees where they could focus on menopause symptoms for your female employees. You could run fitness sessions, which are shown to help menopause symptoms. And there are lots of things that you can do to make your people feel supported and to stay at work, which ultimately is what everybody wants. So that's it, very quickly from me. Hopefully that's helpful. But if you would like any more support with people issues in your business, including how you can support your people with menopause, of course, then do contact me via my website, which is pipfoulshamhr.co.uk, or you can find me on LinkedIn or Instagram by searching for Pip Foulsham HR. I'm sure Kate will tag me below so you can all spell my name correctly. So that just leaves me to thank Kate for inviting me to do this session. And again, do check out the rest of the videos in the series on her social pages. Bye.